This is Dyanne Klinko from Backstage Pass Presents. I have with me the boys of Manticore. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, nice to see you.
We have Robert Sheppard, plays the keyboards. We have John Cristando, who's our drummer. And we have Ron Ponella, who is our bass player and vocals. How are you guys tonight?
Great.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves first? Why don't you start, Robert?
Okay. I was born at a very early age.
Weren't we all?
All right. No, I started the Manticore project back in 2017. And it's no longer a project now. It's a full-blown entity. It took me a year to get it off the ground, and we went through a whole bunch of lineup changes, and it took us like 3 years. It took me 3 years to get to this point with these other two guys that are just amazing. And so we do Emerson, Lake and Palmer. We do the music of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And it's really hard finding guys that can do that and who want to do that.
Sure.
So I'm very fortunate to have been able to find two of the best. And I've got John Cristando there on drums and Ron Ponella on vocals and bass and guitar. And we are happy to be bringing Emerson, Lake and Palmer to the world.
And you know, we're so happy and so fortunate to have the talent of the three of you to be able to share ELP's music today, where you can sit down in a club and you can listen to ELP, and it sounds just like ELP was doing it themselves. You guys are so brilliant with how you perform it. I love all the stage presence that you guys have. I've seen many videos, and the lighting, all of it is just incredible. And I love the gongs, and it's just so well put together. And the music is just phenomenal. You guys are so talented. We really all appreciate the fact that you guys are together and work so hard at it.
Well, yeah. we can't take credit for the music as it is, but we do take credit for being able to play it, and this stuff is just so hard.
Yeah, it looks hard.
It's fun if you take all the practicing, all the work that we do working up to a show. There's a lot of fun in there, you know. It's the challenge and being able to play this stuff, and then to get the bookings and be able to put our show in front of people that love it as much as we do is indescribable. It's just, that's the best part.
I can totally imagine. John.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get involved with Manticore and with Robert?
Oh boy. Well, you know, that goes way back. Me and Rob actually had a musical relationship. Loving relationship. Probably, I don't know, Rob, was it 35, 40 years ago or something like that?
In your 20s.
I can tell you it was 1976.
1976.
You guys are teenagers back then.
Absolutely. So we go back that far, but we hadn't played together back then, but we were still both in the music scene back then and doing our thing. And I don't know, it was a couple of years ago, maybe 4 years ago, you know, Rob approached me to, you know, come and see if how we fit together with this project.
I approached you to not join Manticore.
I immediately said, Rob, I don't think so, because it's such a commitment. It really is a commitment. So you can't just say, yeah, I'm going to do this, and you know, we'll play every once in a while. You really, you got to committing to learning the stuff, rehearsing the stuff. But you know what? I love every second of it. It's such a joy and such an honor to be able to actually play with these guys and make this music. It really is a terrific thing, and we just love playing and we love performing. I mean, it's
Yes.
nothing when we get up there, it's like this whole, this takes over. This performance takes over, and we just go into it. So we're just having a great time with it, and we just hope to get more people down to enjoy it. I mean, this is really why we do it. We do it for ourselves, but we love to play for people. We want people to enjoy and appreciate this music that we're playing.
Well, there's a lot there to appreciate because like Robert was saying, it's complicated. It's not easy to play. And you have so much of yourself that you sacrifice to play. And, for people to be able to come in and sit down and listen to something like that and get into it with the band, it's pretty awesome. It'd be quite an experience. One day I will experience.
Do better.
I will. I don't care if I have to thumb all across country. I'm gonna do it. So now we have Ron. Ron, now you're newest to the band, correct?
Yes, and my story is very, very strange and unique because, November will make 2 years that I'm part of this band. But here's my story. I go back to John Cristando even further than Rob, but in a different way. John was playing in a band with my older brother, Michael.
Oh, no kidding.
And the funny thing is, this is probably what, John, 73, 74?
Yeah, great. Yeah, great. Yeah, right. 73. Yeah.
Now, my thing back...
Yeah, 72, 73.
72, actually.
Yeah.
My thing back then was I started becoming a major prog freak on bass. And the problem was for a young guy like me at that point, because I guess I was about 14 or 15, I could not find musicians to play prog music like that. I couldn't find guys that could play ELP. And this would be a lifelong quest until I got into this band 2 years ago. But the funny thing is that I saw something in John back then that I'll never forget. And I always said this to my brother even. I said, nobody handles a snare drum like John Cristando. I said, he's slick and he reminds me of, guess who? Carl Palmer. Oh. And I always said that. He had this set Sonar drums that were kind of cool. This green, sparkly, tinty kind of set.
Nice.
Psychedelic 60s drum set.
Psychedelic
I love
60s.
And the Slinglins?
Sonar, they were.
Sonars. They were sonars.
Yeah.
No,
And-
the Spartacus days, it was Slinglin.
The chrome Slinglin, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Sure. I
But-
had the Palmer set up.
Yes. And I actually used to go see you play in that band as well.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that when I heard about Manticore and about the fact that John had joined, at the urging of my brother, who knew I could play this music and sing it and I love it and everything, and Greg Lake is my hero, I reached out to John and I just said, hey, John, you guys need a bass player who can actually, do this music and do it justice and so on, and who loves playing it and all this other stuff. And John came back to me and he said, well, we just got a bass player in the band. And he remembered I reached out to him, and about a year later, lo and behold, on my birthday, on 2020, in the middle of pandemic, I get this reach out from John. Hey, Ron, what are you up to? Would you like to join Manticore? And I was like, yeah, man, happy birthday to me. And I thought it was pretty cool because honestly, and Rob is very understated about this, there are very few keyboard players that can do justice to Keith Emerson. And Rob actually does.
Absolutely.
He's an amazing keyboard player.
Yes.
It's my thrill and honor to do what I do behind Rob and with John. And John is an amazing drummer, but the thing is to find people that can play this music and do it truly justice and do it the way it's supposed to be and put the time in to learn all it.
Yeah.
Not only does Rob play it great, he gets the effects and the sounds authentically. And it's truly a privilege to do this. And yes, as John said, when we're on stage and we're doing this for the audience, there's an unbelievable flow back and forth. And when we're done with the show and these people come running up to us some of them actually very emotionally, they go, I felt like I was watching ELP again. And that's the biggest thrill for us. They go, I closed my eyes and I thought I was listening to ELP. And that's an honor for me personally, for John and for Rob, that we give people that feeling. And it's really a privilege. And I love it. I really do. I love it.
I have a real closeness to ELP way back when I was in like the 7th or 8th grade. And when I first got introduced to prog music and ELP. And so the first time that I watched your guys's video, and it was, you were performing and listening to, I think the Sheriff, or I don't know, maybe it was Carnival. I got teary-eyed. And it's because it sounds so fresh. It sounds so now, right? It's happening now. It's just not something recorded from 50 years ago. And it's something special that people need to treat special, you know, because it really is a powerful bunch of music, shall you say. I'm always thrilled to watch your videos, and one day we'll see it in person. And, you know, that reminds me, you guys have got a really cool gig coming up here in February. I believe it's February the 3rd. I think it's called Prague on the Ranch. Is that right?
Yeah.
One of you guys like to tell us about what's going on Prague on the Ranch and what it all means?
I think Rob is, knows more about this than either of us. So yeah.
Well, you know, funny about that, because I don't know. I was approached by Bill Goldman, who owns the Crimson Sky Ranch in Morassic Town, Florida, just outside of Tampa. Mm-hmm. And he called me. Actually, I think he texted me. He instant messaged me, and he said, "Listen, what are the chances that you guys would want to come down and play at next year's Prague on the Ranch?" And I said, "What the hell is Prague on the Ranch?" I had no idea. And he told me that it's something that they've been doing for about 6 years now. And they bring a whole bunch of progressive bands and musicians down, and they hang out and they play all weekend, and they get this thing together, and they bring name bands in, and they bring in individual musicians. And he said, "Can I get you to come down to Florida?" And I said, "No freaking way."
That's a response.
I said, I really appreciate the offer, but it's not going to happen.
It sounds like a response you would give me if I said, "Are you coming out west? Are you coming out west?"
Right. And no seems to be on the tip of my tongue so often. And I kind of get, you kind of get used to saying, "No, we don't do that," or we don't play bars or whatever. And so I said, "I really appreciate the offer. That's a really kind gesture." And but it's, first of all, it's further than we can travel and get equipment there. It's really, I don't think there's any way we could make this work. And he says, "Look, I think we could do this, but if you say you can't, that's okay. I'll accept it, and I'll ask you again next year, and then the year after that, until you finally cave and say that you're going to come and play." And I thought that was interesting. And we started talking further, and we talked about logistics, about how we would actually be able to get equipment down to Florida. It turned out they have a lot of equipment at the ranch, just from doing this for so long. They've built new stages, so they've got a huge performance stage for the headlining bands, and then they have what they call a grid stage, which is a smaller stage, but they use that, I guess, in between bands for people that are playing songs on the grid. And the grid is what what they have. It's the same system they use for the Cruise to the Edge, where they have people suggesting songs, and then people sign up and they put their name into the grid for, well, I can play keyboards for this song, or I can sing for this. And once they have songs all filled up, they can perform them, and they set up a schedule for those songs. So they have a grid stage as well. And after talking to Bill for a while, he said, look, we have drums here, we have keyboards, we have whatever you need so that you can come down bringing minimal equipment. And I told him, well, that's really hard because I have pre-programmed keyboards here, programs that I've worked on in order to get our sound the way it is. But so that was when we talked about possibly shipping the keyboards down. And a lot of it was about the keyboards because that's really my biggest concern. And that's probably the biggest problem aside from John's gongs.
Yeah.
The way we ended up finally in the end working it out is that Ron has a home in North Carolina, and he goes down there like weekly, Ron?
I have a house in New York and a house down here. It's actually, I'm just below the border in South Carolina, like outside of Charlotte. I got a farm down here, so.
Oh, another prog on the farm.
There we go.
Ron's prog on the farm.
It's coming.
But the good news is I can drive from New York, when we're doing our thing up there, and because I'm back and forth just about every week. And I can take the bulk of the keyboards down here. I'll stop here and off for a couple of days and relax, and then drive straight down to straight to Florida, where the to the ranch. And the good news is my son Jesse, my youngest son Jesse, is our main. He's our main big body roadie. He's a big, strong guy. He played football. What's that?
Road technician.
Yes, he's very good, but he's a big guy. He's wrestled, he's played football, he's done strongman contests. So with him at our side, he helps us, move everything. So he's going to ride with me. He'll love driving down. He's also a musician. He plays bass. And it's a lot of fun for me to be able to do that and share that with him as well. But we kind of got it worked out logistically, and I think it's going to work out really well. I really do. I think we kind of got this thing worked out nice. So
all I need to do is get a bunch of friends that have houses or farms in between New York and California, and we'll just keep shipping them from place to place to place until finally we get to San Diego.
Work our way west.
Work our
Go
way
west,
west.
young man.
I got ideas, man.
So Prague on the Ranch for this year is not just us. We're one of the headlining bands, but Awaken, the Long Island Yes tribute show is going to be playing down there with us.
Yeah.
Orpheus 9 will be playing.
Paul Bilatovich will be there.
Well, I was gonna bring him up last. But,
sorry.
That's okay. There's a band, Local 518, which is going to be playing, which is I think Dave Pastorius's band. And then Rachel Flowers and Paul Bielatovich are going to be playing at the Prague on the Ranch.
That's
and
awesome.
They're going to be joining us on stage, and it's going to be a wild time. I am so looking forward to this now. I went from saying no to saying, hell yeah, let's go down there. I'm going down there. And to be able to, we played with Paulie B last year or 2 years ago at the Town Crier.
Yes.
We had a blast, and he's just so incredible.
Yes.
So he's going to be joining us on stage in addition to doing his Nosferatu soundtrack down there.
Yeah.
Rachel Flowers, I originally met in Birmingham, England at the Keith Emerson tribute show, the Keith Emerson tribute show. she won't remember me, but I certainly remember. I made it a point to meet her, and she's got original albums out now, and
Yes,
she's just
yes.
doing everything. She's just an incredible musician.
She is.
She's going to be joining us for a couple of songs too, in addition to doing her thing. And she's going to have a nice tribute show down there.
Oh, that'd be
So
really nice to hear. That'd be
she pulled
great.
together a band she's calling the Nice Nice.
Ah, yes, the Nice Night. Oh, very good, very good. And also the yeah, is it called the yeah, the Very Nice.
The Very Nice Nice.
The Very
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be such a great time, and so much incredible music. Anybody who has the wherewithal to come down to Florida in February, which there's nothing to do up here, you know.
It's a great
So,
time to go. Perfect time to
yeah,
go.
perfect time to go. So February, first weekend in February, all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And where can they buy tickets?
Go right to the Prague on the Ranch website or the Prague on the Ranch at Facebook, and it'll redirect you to the website. But Prague on
Okay.
the Ranch website is the place to go, and you can buy tickets. I believe you can buy single day tickets,
Mhm.
or you can buy the full weekend.
Yeah, the package tickets. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's something that I think everybody that can get there should do for sure. It's a great lineup of musicians, just
And
great.
you don't have to be a musician. Like, even if you're you're not a musician, but you love all the music, you don't have to play in the grid. You can go down and just enjoy the incredible talent that's going to be there, because it's going to be a full weekend of Prague and rock and roll and just excitement. It's going to be
Oh,
great.
I'm so excited. That's great. Is it going to be videotaped, any of this?
I'm sure it is. They've done that previously.
Because it would be nice if we could see some video for those of us that can't get down there.
Yeah, I'm sure Bill has something worked out.
Okay, that'd be great. You know, also, I understand that you guys are going to be going to Daryl's house next year, next May.
Again,
Again, yeah.
And what is Daryl's house all about? Why do people, why
Not
why
actually-
is this so important?
Not his actual house we're going to. It's Carol's house.
It's Daryl's house.
Yeah, so it's actually it's a concert venue where Daryl Hall now does all his shows from. He used to actually do them in his house, so they kind of replicated the look of his house. And,
Oh,
yeah, so he gets some great acts there as well. I mean, you know, big name people go play there. Daryl Hall's been there many times. That's where he records from.
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool
Darryl
place.
Hall and Oates, just for anybody.
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Right. How exciting. So when exactly is that in May?
That is, excuse me, Thursday, May 25th.
And are tickets available yet?
Tickets are officially available, and we're going to be videotaping that show. So we want to get a whole bunch of people to come out and participate and yell and scream and help us promote ELP to the rafters.
Yes, yes, and yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Fill that place up. Get it going, everybody. Everybody go sign yourselves up to go see Daryl's house. And where's that located?
It's in Pauling, New York, which is about an hour, a little over an hour north of the Throgs Neck Bridge. So it's in the Hudson Valley. It's near Beacon, south of Poughkeepsie. I can name cities all around there.
Mhm.
But figure an hour north of the city.
Get your GPS out.
Yeah,
Daryl's house.
but
And-
it's really a beautiful place. The sound
Great
system
food.
is the sound system
Really?
is incredible.
Yeah.
It's definitely the place to play. We love it. We played there last July, and they loved us. The sound guy, who has worked with Daryl Hall for 1,000 years, he was one of the guys that helped Daryl Hall set up this club. He loved us, and he went to bat for us to get us back there, because he just loved working with us and saw what we've got. And he said, we really need to have a good video made, and that's the place to do it.
That sounds like it. It sounds like it's perfect. Sound quality and everything.
Yeah, and video, they've got video cameras built into the rafters, so you can see all different angles.
Oh,
and,
that's really nice.
They're made for it. So we're
Oh.
very excited to have been invited back. And hey, Carl Palmer plays there usually when he's in town. So
Why not?
we don't take anything away from Carl. We're here to enhance the ELP legacy. So
Right. Right.
so
Absolutely.
Carl, if you happen to be in the neighborhood,
Come
please
on down.
come down and
Yeah.
Jump on stage.
and we'd be
Absolutely.
happy to have you sit in with us.
We'd love
Oh,
it.
that would be quite an honor, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, it would be incredible.
That would be something else, that's for sure. I have a question. There's a rug. Do you guys have a rug that you stand on?
You're talking about the Greg Lake's carpet.
I am.
That- Ron, you want to
Okay,
tell the
so-
story? Yes. go.
Yeah,
Tell
so
me
when
the story.
we were at the electronic museum, EMEAP, and they're all about preservation project of musical equipment. They have Keith Emerson's keyboards. They have Greg Lake's amplifiers. They also have all different types of pieces of memorabilia from great, iconic rock bands, The Who, Genesis, so on and so forth. One of the pieces they have is Greg Lake's very famous carpet that he stood on,
Yeah.
and donated, I believe, by Regina Lake, Mrs. Lake. And we were there to do a special 50th anniversary recording for Hoedown from the Trilogy album, which was 50 years old. So we
Love
we
that.
recorded it, and they did allow me to stand and play from the Greg Lake carpet, which was unbelievable. It really
What
was.
an honor,
It
right?
was an awesome privilege to be able to do that. Truly.
They didn't video the part of you rolling around on it, kind of turning, getting in the middle of it.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
So how did you end up with it then? How do you have it? Because you have it on stage, right? Or am I
You have
wrong?
it?
No, I
You took it
have.
with you?
No.
Ron,
Took it
got
when
it,
you left?
Ron. Cool.
No, I don't. I have my own carpet that actually
Okay.
Robert bought me, and it's a lot of fun because that carpet particularly is, I use it on every show, and it gets laid out, and I
Yeah,
stand on it, and it's my own. It's a fun carpet too. Thank you, Robert.
it's so
Welcome.
cool.
Thousands of dollars on it. It's handmade by small children in a far off country. And
Far, far away.
no, it's not. It was I'm glad to let you have it. It's
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
that's awesome that you are able to throw a carpet in there along with playing, because it just makes it so much more authentic,
Oh yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
be able to be standing on a carpet. I mean, how do you not think of Greg Lake when they watch
But
him?
I'm always when I'm playing and singing the songs, my thought process is thinking of Greg and how I have to do my best, my very best, to honor him, because it is an honor and a privilege, and we all know that every time we play this music.
Mhm.
And for me, I know that every time I sing a note, I play a note, whatever it is, a word, a verse, everything that comes out is for me to do it as authentically as I possibly can to honor Greg. He's my musical hero. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I think Keith Emerson was mine. I think I always had I loved watching him with those keyboards and jumping up all over the place and stuff. I just thought that was a little crazy, but I think that's awesome. And you know, you guys, then John, you have those gongs. Where did
Yeah.
those gongs come from?
Those gongs came from China, actually. They're Chinese gongs. It's called a wind gong.
Really?
Yeah, so I actually, when I didn't have them, well, years ago I had gongs, but then I hadn't had it since then when I got involved with this project, I figured, you know, we need some gongs. So I ordered one gong. I had it built for me in China, two gongs actually, and they came, and one was beautiful, a nice size. One was a little small. I said, nah. So I ordered another one, and they had to like fabricate this thing for me, and they sent me photos of them fabricating it, and because they don't usually make one that size. It's like 51 inches. It's a big gong.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I had it fabricated over there. They shipped it in a big container, and it came, and we're loving it. It's a two-man operation to actually get that up on the stage.
Oh, wow.
That's where Ron's son Jesse comes in.
Oh,
Actually, with Jesse, it's almost a one-man operation, but we still.
you guys have your own road crew going on there.
Yeah, we got Jesse. He's a road manager, road assistant, road driver.
Everything.
He's kind of a take all, you know, kind
He
of guy.
He is. He's such.
All right. Oh, that's great, guys. So now you have a newsletter, and I'm going to use this as my last question.
Wait, hold on. Before we go, I have a picture here of John from years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a picture of John
Wow.
with Spartacus.
Yeah, that's probably.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's probably 1976 or something like that.
Wow. John, you look great there with that gong.
Yeah, that was another lifetime. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, now you guys have a newsletter that you send out to people that sign up for this, and it gives you all kinds of data and all kinds of information about what's going on with Manticore. How can somebody sign up? And I hate this. This is Alexa. She's reminding me that it's dinner time, and she always comes on at the wrong time. But anyway, she's my
Betrayed by electronics.
I tell you what, man, electronics are just, they hurt me every time. But how can people join your newsletter so that they can also receive that?
I'm glad you asked me that question, Dyanne. No, I started up at the suggestion of a friend, because I kind of thought newsletters and things like that had gone by the wayside. And somebody suggested, you know, you really should have a mailing list. And I said, well, doesn't social media take care of that? And they said, yeah, but a newsletter is more personal. And I kind of agree.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to get the newsletter, we send it out every month. Send me your email address. You can send it to either Dyanne or go to the Manticore website, www.manticoreny.com, or you can go to the Manticore, the tribute to Emerson, Lake and Palmer on Facebook, and instant message me, give me your email address, and I'll be happy to put you on the core fan list.
That's awesome. Everybody should sign up for that, because that tells you all the tour dates that are coming up. That tells you everything that's happening. And that's a really cool thing to have. Talk about all that.
I like to put some advanced information, so I'll put things in the newsletter before I'll put it on Facebook, just to, you know, just like an added bonus.
That's nice. That's nice. I like that idea a lot. Well, guys, that's what I had. Does anybody else have anything they want to add before we close?
Well, we've got a show coming up this coming Saturday.
Oh, yes.
In Teaneck, New Jersey, which is right across the George Washington Bridge. So it's close to New York, but it's still in New Jersey. So I want to get all of our Jersey peeps out there, all of our friends in Jersey and Hudson Valley, which is not that far away, Westchester, Long Island. Any Long Islanders, get your cojones together Get off
Be
the
there.
island, get off the island and come to New Jersey Saturday night and come see Manticore.
Please come see Manticore. Manticore is just an amazing band. If you've never seen them or heard of them before, go to YouTube. There are lots of videos on YouTube that you can check out, and you can watch Manticore's many performances. They've got lots of stuff there, and you can see for yourself what an amazing band this is. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me and out of your busy schedules. I really appreciate it.
pleasure.
Thank you, Diane, also for
Thank
what you
you.
do. Yeah, it's great.
That's
keep
no
it-
worries.
keep it
I'm
alive.
honored to have
Awesome.
you.
Yep.
Just honored.
Diane,
to
do you
have
want to fade out on a little song, or should I
Oh,
fade away?
yes, would love that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, let's do that. John, Robert, Ron, it's been such a pleasure. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. I know everyone will enjoy this.
And
And
we'll
we're
see
gonna
everybody at Debonair Music Hall this Saturday night.
Debonair Music Hall this Saturday night.
What are you gonna do, Ron?
Oh, I know what he's doing.
We are white horses and ladies by the store, all dressed in satin, waiting by the door. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. White lace and feathers, they made up his bed. A gold-covered mattress on which he was led. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. He went to fight wars for his country and his king, of his honor and his glory. The people would sing, oh, what a lucky man he was. Oh, what a lucky man he was. A bullet had found him. His blood ran as he cried. No money could save him, so he lay down and he died. Thank you.
Oh, you made me cry. You made me cry. Thank you.
Manticore, come and see the show.
Come and see them. Take care now. And
All right,
bye-bye.
thanks a lot, Diane.
Take care,
Have a good
guys.
night, Diane.
Night,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Good
Good night,
Love you
everyone.
guys.
See you guys.
Thank you.